So this is something I found in a thrift store the other day, which I couldn't pass up. This is Kling playing cards. Windproof magnetic steel playing cards. Perfect for beaches, boats, cars, trains, porches, patios, or sickbed. So I initially spotted it because of these kind of retro 60-ish pictures that are displayed on the cover. These are just really cool. And I thought, hey, this might be an old board game. I'm not exactly sure how old it is. I looked it up a little bit. These might be from the 1960s, but it's a little bit hard to tell. There's different packaging styles, but I think this is the oldest packaging style that I was able to see. And you can just see there, Kling magnetic steel playing cards. And of course right here it says, Kling playing cards are ideal for outdoor and indoor use. They handle like any good quality deck and are plastic coated for long wear. When used with the Kling magnetic playing board, they will, quote, stay put, unquote, in place despite breezes or bounce. They also have the motto, don't let the wind blow a good card game. Well, that's pretty good. So let's open this up and see what's inside. Fortunately, at the thrift store, I was able to open this up and see exactly what was inside. And before I got it, it's just a cardboard box, as you see here. And you have two decks of cards, red and a green. This one is fully packaged, and so I assume that there's the full 52 cards in that deck. And this one, I actually did count them out just to be sure. And sure enough, they are complete. And you can see it's basically the deck of cards. It has a couple of jokers, I believe. Yes, it has a couple of jokers. And it's a typical deck of cards, which you see here. It just feels like cards. Now, the only difference is, as a deck, it's perhaps a little bit heavier than a typical deck, but it shuffles just like a normal deck. So let's do one shuffle here. I haven't actually shuffled these yet, so let's see if they will. Yep, they sound just like a normal deck, and they feel just like a normal deck. Again, there's a little bit more of a weight to them, but basically it's a deck of cards. And so let's put the deck aside, and the only other thing that's in the box is this board. And this board, this large greenish board, has some lightning bolts here and the clubs, diamonds, hearts, etc. And this is the key to these cards, because these cards are apparently magnetic. Or should I say the board itself is magnetic. The cards actually have reportedly some kind of micro thin steel inside. I'm not sure if it's kind of a mixture bound with the paper pulp or if there's an actual thin layer of steel inside this, but these will be magnetized to the board, and I'll demonstrate. So I'm holding this up just straight, just like that. I'll even tilt it a little bit and watch what happens. Oops, that's not a good example, but there you go. There's a card, there's a card, there's a card. I mean, I'm basically, they are sticking. They are not the easiest to pull up. I mean, it's quite easy, but it's not like you can, the only problem with this is you can't really pick it up unless you want to damage the card. So you kind of have to slide the card out like that, but they're very easy to remove. But if you're playing a deck of cards and you're, let's say, laying down some cards on the board like that, well, let's get rid of that joker. There you go. Like that, and let's say another player's like this, and then you have maybe something like this. Well, these things will basically stay put, as you can see here. And if you get a lot of gust of winds, let's say if you're on the deck of a nice boat, well, your card game is safe and secure. So I just thought I would share this today. I kind of got tickled when I saw this. Now, I have to admit, I was a little bit paranoid walking out of that thrift store. I kept my wallet as far away from this magnetic board as I could. You know, if this was constructed in the 1960s, you know, a lot of like credit cards and alike didn't have those magnetic strips. And so I suspect that if you put, let's say, a wallet with some credit cards in this, you may actually demagnetize your magnetic strip. But other than that, I think this is kind of a fun board. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.